Lights, camera, action. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to our new podcast, The Movie Goers. Bulk up in your film knowledge with a couple movie buffs. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Darius.
We'll be your co-host. If you're a fan of movies, you'll be a fan of us. We started this podcast because I love
Said
movies.
Darius needed something to do. So I'm gonna name the cast.
Yeah.
So we're reviewing Goodfellas. Cast, we got Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Paul Sorvino, Lorraine Bracco, directed by the great Martin Scorsese. Normally we don't say the director, but I feel like he is just as
Yeah, we got
famous
it.
as anyone else in here.
And he
Uh,
co-wrote it.
yeah, I mean he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Plot synopsis: we got Henry Hill knows only too well that he must put the mob's interests before everything, even his family. But when the good times turn sour, his loyalties dissolve in the face of greater rewards. Faced with the terrible retribution, Hill can see only one way to get out alive. And I didn't have this written down, but I wanted to get that intro out because I wanted to play off your point about the cultural connection. Um, yes, the actresses and the actors had a cultural connection too, but I think one of the big reasons this movie crossed over in a way no other Scorsese movie crossed over is that
hmm
there was a cultural connection across races because I see Henry Hill in every young gangbanger who joins someone,
Correct.
some drug dealing enterprise. I mean, this is just the wire for white people.
Yeah, no, it literally
It's
is. It
just like
literally is.
when Henry Hill says, Henry Hill, yeah, Henry Hill, Ray Liotta, but Henry Hill's
Yeah.
character says, I joined the gang because I needed a sense of belonging. I didn't want to work for minimum wage.
Yeah.
I liked the camaraderie, the leadership, the loyalty that was involved with it. I was like, that's literally what every reformed gang member says why
It
he
was
joined the gang.
it was literally the speech that Mitch gave him paid in full.
Yeah, I mean,
I love the game. I love the
it
hustle.
was the first thing I heard, and I was like, that's every adult who grew out of gang life says that
hmm
exact same thing. It was almost verbatim.
Yeah.
So that's actually a good point. The movie, I believe this movie crossed over the way no other Scorsese movie crossed over. Like I know some people who are like diehard Tyler Perry fans who love Goodfellas. Like it's just like I
Yeah.
know people who literally only watch movies with all black casts, but they
Yeah.
love Goodfellas. That and Shawshank. It's
Correct.
just like the two crossover movies.
Yeah.
But that was my first point. I needed to get that out the way because you were heading there. So what you got?
Um, I love that. So one of my favorite movie quotes of all time is the Denzel quote from American Gangster. The loudest one in the room is the weakest in the room.
Yeah,
And the way they introed Polly into the
yeah,
movie was a perfect, it was just the epitome of
yeah.
that. Like everybody was
That
joking around,
fake
pounding
joke.
around.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he kind of he walked outside and everybody was like, "Oh shit!" Like just there's a this interview I love of Aaron Rodgers before he lost his mind, where he was talking about like his he's like known for being very chill, laid back,
yeah,
and they asked him where that come from or why do you choose to lead that way, and he said, um, I love animals, so I like studied animals when I was a kid or whatever, and he said um, sled dogs. They're usually there's nine sled dogs, but the eight are just the guys in the pack, right? And they're usually like super energetic before they go on a run or whatever. And but when the lead dog comes out, everyone's silent and
yeah,
everyone calms down and everyone's focused on what the task is at hand. And I think that that's what I think of whenever Paulie's in a scene or when they introed him to a scene.
okay,
So I always think that's a super dope way to introduce the boss as the boss without him being a megalomaniacal
yeah.
asshole.
Without him being, I mean, this is why Goodfellas, and the others aren't because there's no over the top.
Yeah, he's not the
It,
kingpin, you know.
correct. And it's just Scorsese's pretty much the only one I'll let get away with narration. Normally, I hate narration. I just
I
show
know.
me, don't
I thought
tell
about
me.
that when I was watching it. Yeah,
But
but you had to actually have just for the sake of the character wouldn't say like, "Oh, we're stealing trucks right now." You know
right,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
No, I mean, I think it would have worked, but no, Score. I mean, he's the only director that does it in a way that's not ham-fisted and over the top.
correct. So
Um,
actually,
Go ahead.
it's crazy. What I found out was obviously this is all true story and stuff like that. But so the narration is actually basically word for word quotes from interviews that the writer of the book, the Wise Guys, did with the real life Henry Hill. So
Yeah,
that's actually pretty much all the shit that he actually did say in real life about what was happening when he was giving interviews and shit about that time in his life.
I was shocked at so this year, Regal did the like throwback Wednesdays or whatever, and
Yeah, that's
I
right.
saw Godfather 2 at the Regal,
hmm
and they're both mob movies, but the class differences between The Godfather and Goodfellas,
Hmm.
these were petty criminals in Goodfellas. Like they were
Yeah.
doing shit like stealing cigarettes and
Cigarettes.
skimming restaurants. And it
Yeah.
just
Insurance fraud.
yeah, and it was just like the people that whacked what was his name? Tommy? Which De
Yeah.
Niro was Jimmy, right? And
Yeah.
Pesci was Tommy.
Yeah.
All right. People that whacked Tommy, they would have been working for, you know, Don Corleone.
They
Or
correct.
it was just like becoming a made man was becoming like one of their henchmen, and the class
Hmm.
differences between like, these were people from the
The
white version of
bottom.
the projects, right?
Yeah.
Like and they just I just was shocked at how petty some of these crimes were and how low
Yeah.
stakes and how just bottom barrel these dudes were. It didn't
Right.
seem like
That.
it in their world, but like in
Hmm.
the world of mobs, these were the runts. These were the corner boys, you know?
Yeah. And that's actually, I think that's the only thing the film didn't really like not capture illustrate was that like so they kept mentioning that Jimmy and Henry were part Irish,
Yeah,
so they could never get made. So because of that, they also were like I just were showing like the real guys. They actually were underboss. They worked for like a lot of the underboss because they couldn't work for like the made guys because of their heritage.
right. I mean, they were petty criminals. I mean,
Yeah, they just were.
the movie made them feel like ballers, but they were all petty
Yeah,
criminals.
they were basically stick up boys.
Correct. I mean, they were just, robbing liquor stores, the equivalent of it, you
Yeah,
know.
pretty much. Yeah,
Um,
and running speakeasies.
Yeah, it was, like the little spots they were going to, these little underground clubs with the
Yeah,
terrible comedians. Like that was just a juke joint. That was a white juke joint. That's all
yeah.
that
That
was.
was a
These
that
were
was a
not
liquor
high class
house.
society.
It was a liquor house.
Also, very 1990s, these weak ass guns. I was like, that gun was this big, dude.
Yeah,
Like, who's afraid of that?
yeah. I'm sorry. I'm gonna hold you, bro. Like, if you
Like,
try to pistol me with a 38, I would actually get
yeah,
assaulted. I'm like,
like,
can you at least
dude,
get a
man,
nine
you don't put
millimeter,
that
please?
that water BB gun out of my face, man. I was like, where did he get these little ass these
These pea
baby
shooters.
guns? Yeah, I mean, you can get a decent
You can
Glock
get a better
19 for
gun than
six
that,
hundred
bro.
bucks.
Like I know it was the 60s and stuff, but they had good guns then too.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is the petty criminals. They don't have access
To the
to the good
Berettas and the
stuff.
M16s
Correct.
and all that. Yeah,
Like this, like you watch Godfather and they have
they
up to
had
date
everything.
equipment. I was just like shocked at how low tech their guns were, man. They were using like 6-shot revolvers that were
Right.
this big.
Yeah, man. Like even with the scene where Henry fell asleep with the gun in his hand, I was like, if you think that's gonna stop a bunch of dudes from killing you, I have some bad news.
Yeah, that was that was I just was just like, man, and he hit him like 12. Well, he'd have killed him, man, hitting him that hard. But
Yeah.
I just was just like, man, that was crazy. I also noticed like the difference in temperament between was it Paulie or Sonny was the head of their little crew.
Paulie. Yeah, Paulie.
Yeah, Paulie and Tommy and
Jimmy.
Jimmy, and it was just
Yeah.
like Tommy and Jimmy were just trouble, man. Like they were
They
every
were
crew
yeah.
has the wild card weak link.
Yep. They had two.
They just made too many mistakes, and that's
So many mistakes.
they just
All
were
of them
too
made a lot of
reckless, too
mistakes. They were
reckless,
yeah,
killing too many people when it's not necessary. That's what
for
got
sure.
my guy whacked. It was just you're shooting the bartender dude for no reason. He's
Why are you killing a spider for it?
the thing is, okay, he says something crazy to you. Okay, I get that. But like now you got a
But if
body to
you
get rid of. Now you got evidence
right.
everywhere. Now you got a police investigation. That's just
By the way,
unnecessary heat.
in that world, if you shoot someone in the foot and all they do is say "go fuck yourself," you that's mercy.
Yeah, pretty
Because
much.
if he had blasted him, you would have been well within your rights in the scope of that world.
Correct. And it's just, I mean, he was still serving him with a bullet in his foot.
Yeah, because you better than me, I would have slit his throat.
I'd have just quit. I don't need this. Um, it just, they were so reckless that as an adult watching it, you could see the empire unravel because of those two. I really think it was just those two that did
Yeah,
everybody in. They were too
it reminds
sloppy.
me.
They were too reckless. They were too high.
I thought the same
Uh,
thing.
I
It
just,
reminds me of that push the T line. I learned all the wrong moves from watching The Untouchables.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it just you got to cooler heads have to prevail, man. If you're gonna
Yeah,
drop a
man.
body, there needs to be a good reason because a lot of drama comes from dropping a body.
Correct.
It's not always true that people are more trouble alive than dead.
No.
Police don't care about niggas stealing cigarettes and jacking a bakery for protection money. They care about bodies.
Right.
And when you drop bodies, you invite investigations, and investigations can untangle a lot
Correct.
of tight web,
Yeah,
So
I'm actually. It's funny you brought that up because that was the second thing that I noticed watching the movie. I was like, Henry didn't learn a fucking thing from Paulie. Like
no,
using the house phones to make deals,
yeah,
making plans, talking to people firsthand,
yeah.
and
Talking
also just
cutting dope at your chick's
cut at your side piece's
crib.
crib.
And
Yeah,
he
that
at
was
least was smart
stupid.
enough not to keep it at his crib, but everyone knew
Yeah,
he was with
what it
her.
was.
Even
Yeah.
his wife knew where to find
Right.
him.
Um, yeah, I think the biggest mistake Henry made to me, or one of the mistakes he made to me was idolizing Jimmy over Paulie. Because if
Yeah.
you were smart, you would imitate the boss, not the guy who works for the boss.
But that's youth though. I mean,
Yeah,
he gets involved young and
he was
those like
flashy,
I
and
mean he
he had the
said that he
suits and
loved
all that.
Jimmy. And I mean, he's 21 when he meets old girl. Let's say they get married 23. He does a 4 year
Yeah,
bid. He gets out. He's like
27.
28 at the end of the movie. Like he never really,
Yeah,
you know, it's I don't know if he was 28. I mean, you get what I'm saying. Like
he was close. He was under around or under 40 when he was in when he got
when
put
he
into
went to
witness
witness
protection.
protection.
Yeah.
Um, but young people like I mean, young men especially full of testosterone. They like that brash behavior, and the other
Yeah.
guy was just too cautious. Um, I mean, you having your side chick visit you in jail right before your wife, or what are we doing?
hmm
Like is like
Just stupid.
just not. That's the
Just
other thing
stupid.
too. A lot of dumb people, and like Henry was not the
All of
sharpest tool in
them,
the shed.
most of them were dumb.
I mean, that's why I choose a life of crime.
True.
We want to believe that like I mean, I believe I've made this point before. Like it's easy to believe that criminals are just like
These
misunderstood
mastermind.
geniuses. Not
Yeah,
really.
no,
There was
they're not
still
all
like they
super
were.
calculated.
That's the one thing I didn't. Well, maybe in the 90s it was different. I thought they made a little bit too much money for the schemes they were doing. We're talking
Mhm.
hundreds of thousands of dollars in 1990s money.
Yeah, well,
For
1960s, 1970s.
correct. Oh yeah, you're right. And it's just like doesn't really check out for these little petty ass crimes you're doing.
Yeah,
Protection schemes on a restaurant. How much revenue is this restaurant really bringing in?
true.
And he's got bags of like
Of
basements
50s
full of
and shit.
cash.
Yeah, just yeah. I feel
But
you.
again,
That
these are Henry might have been an inconsistent narrator for the book,
right
which in turn,
is the
which
movie.
in turn leads to the movie being
Right. Um,
inconsistent.
Agreed. One thing I did notice, the wardrobe, hair, and makeup department for this movie.
Yeah,
I hope they got some sort of Oscar for that shit because they were incredible.
I'm pretty sure this
Wait,
movie won everything.
yeah, it probably did. They probably did the Oppenheimer sweep. But
Let's see.
yeah, like just the way they aged all the characters over the course of 20, 30 years. The arrow collar shirts.
Or just the makeup
Um,
and that like showing Henry's drug addiction in his face. Like his eyes got more
yeah.
increasingly bloodshot. He increasingly looked like he was losing sleep. He just wasn't as
Yep.
clean shaven. He looked like
hmm
a junkie toward the end.
Yeah, he did. He did.
And like they didn't, which thank God they didn't tell you he was descending into madness, but you could see it.
Right.
Um, yeah, won everything.
Okay.
44 wins and 38 nominations at the Academy
That's
Awards.
fucking
I
crazy.
can't even name you 44 Academy Awards.
No,
Um, so yeah. Did not win Best Picture though. That
that's
was
nuts.
something called Erwin Winkle.
Erwin
But Joe
Winkle?
Pesci got Best Supporting.
Yeah, I remember
Um,
that. He won that.
anyways, I'm not gonna read a list. That's bad audio. But
Yeah,
no, it was I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
oh no, you're good. We're talking about the awards and um
Oh, the
we
makeup department, like just
yeah,
showing the wear and tear on their face, the stress. I
yeah.
mean, balancing two households.
hmm
Man, I've balanced two women with no children. I couldn't imagine balancing two whole ass households and a
With
criminal
children
enterprise and all that other stuff that
and
comes with that.
drugs.
Yeah, and you're selling this and you got to lie to your actual boss to undercut such and such.
Right.
But I understand why they switched to dope though, because again, there wasn't enough money in moving
What they
cigarette
were doing.
cartons. Yeah, like they are accustomed to a lifestyle.
hmm
And I mean, back then, dope was really, really profitable.
Yeah.
It just especially doing cocaine in the 70s and the 60s.
Sheesh.
It's the closest you're gonna get
If
to having a
they
printing press. Like
right, if they had been free during the 80s, they'd have been
yeah,
billionaires.
it's like this the money printer.
Yeah.
It's what was the saying in the before the cotton gin, was it before the cotton gin? Anyways, during the slavery days, cotton
Hmm.
was oil and Mississippi was Saudi Arabia. Like it was just like
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the we at one point we exported like 90% of the world's cotton. And
Hmm.
you don't have any labor attached to that, any labor costs attached to that. And it's
Right.
just like trillions and trillions of dollars of today's money and basically in wealth. So that's
Hmm.
kind of what cocaine was in the 60s and 70s. So
Yes, for sure. So you actually brought this up. One observation I was going to make was excellent use of narration.
yeah.
Love the voiceover, and I also
And
think
then
this
switching to the
movie,
wife, that was good. I like
yeah,
that.
switching to the wife, that was
Um
pretty rare.
I wish they'd done a little bit more of that with the other characters, but I get why that can be a bit jumbled from a storytelling standpoint. You want to keep one protagonist, but
Consistent,
yeah.
yeah. And also this film was just a masterclass in storytelling too.
Yeah.
Like the
I
just
mean, I'm
yep.
spoiling my review, but I think it's one of the greatest movies ever made.
Oh,
So
100%.
yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
I just capped. I mean, so I had to watch it because I forgot the Vikings play on Monday, and that's usually when I prep for pod.
Oh, right, got you.
So
Yeah, yeah.
I got out of the gym at 5:15 and literally walked in the door of the crib and started the movie and finished it at
Hmm.
like 7:45. So
Hmm.
it's real fresh.
Yeah.
And it's hard for a movie to captivate me for 2.5 hours like that.
It really does.
There's no lull.
Not at all.
It's just really
The
just
pacing
classic
was
filmmaking.
excellent.
It's
Um,
Scorsese's best work.
it is.
Uh,
It's funny though. So as I was watching it, I'm a big Scorsese fan. I'm a big Leo fan. They obviously work together a lot. I think this movie, he literally followed the template of this movie for Wall Street,
yeah,
like down to the funny commercial, the voiceover, the breaking the fourth wall. To me, this movie is obviously has three leading stars. So,
yeah.
Pesci, De Niro, Liotta. In Wolf of Wall Street, Leo is Henry Hill. Jonah Hill is Joe Pesci, and John Barenthal is De Niro in
I
that
can see
movie.
that. Except for Goodfellas is good.
You didn't like Wolf of Wall Street?
I liked it on the first viewing. It's
That's
a
crazy.
rewatching. It's a bit of a mess of a movie.
That's no. I mean, well, he was a mess of a person, so
It's no like it's just you can see Scorsese losing his fastball a bit. It's just a lot of scenes are kind of redundant. How many parties do
that's
we need to
valid.
see?
That's fair.
Good movie. But I left that theater and I don't think I've
But
watched a
Leo
film
should have
of
won
it
that fucking
since.
Oscar, though. I do want to say that Leo should have won that
Who
fucking
won that
Oscar.
year? Was it 2012?
I don't remember. I remember it was so bad. People went nuts that he didn't win. And he had to make a statement like, "Hey, y'all, I appreciate it, but let's not attack the Academy Award." I don't remember who won that year. Was it like
Who
2012?
up for Oscars? Again, good podcasting. 2014. Who
2014. Okay.
won 2014? 2014 Oscar winners.
Let's see. 2014.
12 Years a Slave won Best Picture. That was not a good movie. Matthew McConaughey for his role in Dallas Buyers Club.
Oh,
Can't
that's
really
right.
argue with that one. That was a
Okay,
tough
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah. You can't fight with that one.
That was a good year. Blue Jasmine, Her, uh,
Yeah, that was some heavy hitters.
12 Years a Slave. 12 Years a Slave was a good movie. I thought Lupita would be a bigger deal by now, but here we are.
Yeah,
Um,
that is kind of crazy.
um, no, so I don't I liked Wolf. Wolf is fine. It just
Yeah,
I left that theater and I was loved it, loved it, loved it. And then like 6 months later it hit this is pre-streaming or whatever. It hit home
yeah,
video one way or another.
yeah.
And I'm watching and I'm
DVD.
like, it's cool. I don't know. It
It
was
was,
3 hours. It needed to be 2 hours and 15 minutes.
yeah, it could have been. Yeah, it could have been shorter.
But it was 3 hours and didn't feel long while I was watching it in the theater. But this is
Yeah.
back when I lived in California, so I didn't,
Oh, got you. Okay.
I spent every Saturday in a movie theater.
Yeah.
But no, speaking of Scorsese, he's the only one who can make like De Niro like try.
Because can we talk about that? Because De Niro's low key been playing the same character for like 30 years to some
When I
degree.
watch him in a Scorsese movie, like when he was in Killers of the Flower Moon, I was like, he's Scorsese is the only one that can get De Niro to try. Like if he's in anything else, I'm just like,
He's just chilling being De
He's
Niro.
just talking to us. Like he's not acting. He's just reciting his lines back to the camera, which is fine. I mean, he's good enough to get away with that, but
Yeah,
when he's in a Scorsese, like Killers of the Flower Moon, I was like, this is the De Niro, you know,
yeah,
Casino, which is not my favorite. De Niro's De Niro in that.
yeah,
The Irishman, not a good movie, but
yeah.
De Niro was solid in that.
I didn't even finish it. He was great in Godfather 2. I think Coppola did that, right?
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so that's prime De Niro. I'm talking about
Well,
like,
yeah, 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 yeah.
after once he got rich and he got a gang of kids, so he had to keep them fed, and so
I
he just
feel
started taking those Meet the Fockers movies.
you. Yeah.
Um, the movie with Bradley Cooper and the white girl was cool.
Limitless. Oh,
No,
Silver Linings Playbook.
correct. He was good in that.
Yeah,
He
yeah, he
was
was
he
great in
was
that. He
not
was good.
again. He was just reciting lines to the camera,
Yeah, he's
but
just yeah.
actually he wasn't that good at that. The stars carried that movie. Jennifer
Fair.
Lawrence
Jennifer and
and
Brad.
Bradley
Yeah,
Cooper. He actually because wasn't he like a crazy Eagles fan and he just kind of get
yeah.
that was
You're
bad.
fucking up the juju.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
need my remotes like this.
yeah. He was yeah.
Uh, it's funny. Have you heard that Paul Mooney joke? Where
No.
if you ever see De Niro with a white woman, it's got to be his mother.
Like he's holding her for the police.
Yeah.
Does he have like a newborn baby in his 80s?
Yeah, he had just had a kid like last year or early this year. And Pacino. That's wild.
Uh, so let me ask you this. What are your key points for Henry Hill's decline? Like when did you like as you're watching it
Okay.
today, knowing what happens? Like the
Yeah.
first time you're watching it kind of washes over you.
Yeah.
So knowing what I guess we skipped that whole when did you watch it first point, but knowing what
Yeah.
happens,
Yeah.
where do you notice like, okay,
He's
the
about to.
veneer is falling, he's
Yeah.
slipping, he's starting to make mistakes.
Okay. When he got sloppy with the side piece, that was step one for me.
Me, it was a side
Because
chick.
yeah,
That was the
yeah.
first
Because
mistake.
for me, first of all, both the side chicks were sloppy.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, it's like I watch a lot of like I consume a lot of content, just general movie shows, whatever. But I watch a lot of Italian content, whatever the case may be. And I remember I was watching Mob Wives back when it was like in its prime or whatever, and they would talk about like we know our dudes are on the side, but you're respectful and you keep it so at least like it's not
You don't put her in an
you don't
apartment down the
yeah
block.
you don't embarrass your wife. Basically, that's
Correct.
just the code. You don't embarrass your wife.
He was coming home
Um,
like 3 nights a week. It just you
yeah, like
can't.
just stupid. And and if you're gonna get a side piece, like at least get a down one that's gonna like not crash out and shit. Um,
And the
I
next one
think
was a
that was
cokehead. It was
Yeah, that was step one. I also think one of his biggest fallouts was, quite frankly, marrying Karen because she was a huge liability. She was a walking crash out.
I don't think she was until gave her a reason. She's an adult with agency, but I
Yeah,
think she was the other dudes were good husbands to their wives
yeah,
in a way that Henry Hill wasn't. And I don't
fair.
like again, Saturday was for the wives, Fridays were for the
Fridays for the
girlfriends,
girlfriends.
but he made Friday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday for the girlfriends,
That's
and you
facts.
can't do
You're
that.
right.
Like,
Yeah,
you got to just like
you're supposed to get her the apartment so you don't have to spend the night.
correct.
You know. So that was a step one. I think biggest mistake was continuing to sell drugs after you got out of the jail. But we understand that's valid. I understand why he did it. So I'm not even mad about that. For me, not mad, but whatever. To me, the biggest mistake was bringing in Jimmy and
Yeah,
Tommy. I
two
would have brought
reckless
in
people.
see for me, I would have brought in Jimmy. I wouldn't have brought in Tommy.
I don't know nobody. We selling like I don't. What do we? I don't. What do I need help for?
Well, I
Uh,
think in that field you need some muscle, so Jimmy's good for that. But Tommy's too
yeah,
much of a crash. He's too,
he's a crash out.
yeah, he's a crash out. He's
He
too
wanted to
erratic.
go to jail basically.
He, yeah, like he just was. It was early in the movie. Like obviously I've seen it a million times, but like when you go back and watch it with a critical eye, just like from a chess standpoint, like all right, what are good moves, what are bad moves? It was early on that you knew, oh, he's gonna die. He has to die because
Yeah.
he's just too stupid.
Well, he just
Um,
well like the scene, the opening scene, or not opening, like one of his first scenes where he laughs and Henry says, you're a funny
you're a
guy,
funny
and
guy.
he presses him about it. That wall's over, whatever. But then like the dude who owns the restaurant is like, hey man,
You
you
down seven
seven
grand, bro.
bands. And then he makes a fool of him. And it's like, why
Yeah,
would you make an enemy of the guy who lets you run a $7,000 tab in 1960s money?
in 1960s money, bro. That's
Like
like 50 grand today.
you wrong. You owe this thing. And like that's the
Yeah,
difference between crash outs and real like criminals who actually don't want to go to jail and actually are
right.
smart about it.
Hmm.
That's a tab you just got to pay. You know you're
Right.
wrong. You know you ran that bill up. Pay your tab, man. Like you don't want to make an
Hmm.
enemy. This dude, if you running it up like that, you know he's letting you do whatever out the back. You know he's
Hmm.
letting you come and go whenever. You know he's keeping your secrets from your girl and your wives. He's
He
he's
knows where all the
juggling
bodies are
both of
buried,
those.
literally.
You got to hit his hand if you don't hit nobody's hand. And you go make not only do you not hit his hand, but you
You spit
pour
in his
water
face
over.
in
Yeah, you
public.
spit in his face. You mock his people. Like you're making an enemy out of somebody who's shown you nothing but love. Like
Hmm.
that's crash out behavior. You don't do that.
And that's why he was more than verified, being like, when he was talking to Paul, he was like, I mean, if you want to kill him, I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
I
he made a fool of me, you know.
yeah, 100%. I agree with that. I think his other mistake, I mean, I think those two his two biggest mistakes, honestly, like selling drugs, getting into business with Tommy and Jimmy. His side pieces were not reliable. Shocker there. Um, I think that's of his biggest mistakes. I think that's those are the first that come to mind for me.
Because then so it all fell apart when Jimmy killed the made man. And wasn't that over some
Correct.
bullshit? I don't remember what was that over.
So that okay, remember the guy just came home from jail. They were having the
Correct.
party for him at the restaurant, and he was saying like slick shit to everybody throughout the night.
Yeah.
And then he remember Jimmy, not Jimmy, Tommy walked in with his girl, and when you like to me, I view it as like like when I walk into like we walk to the bar and it's like a group, it's like the guy, us, like the gang,
Yeah.
whatever, right? And you see someone you casually know, you gotta say what's up to everybody that you really fuck with
Yeah.
before you go say what's up to the casuals.
Right.
And I viewed it like that, and I think oh boy was like on some hater shit because he was like, oh, not he was trying to sun him, so he was like, oh, this little like on some like this little nigga type shit,
Right.
like you should shine my
Okay, now I
shoes,
got you.
don't front on me now, whatever type shit. But it's like you was away, bro. I'm big time now. I don't know. Remember, he's like you've been away a long time. Maybe you didn't know, but I
Right.
don't shine shoes no more.
And also, I mean, okay, I get you. You feel a way about that, but you can't kill a made man. You just
No,
can't,
you
like those
cannot.
are the
You
rules. Like
can't.
you
You
can't.
can't.
You chose this life, and that's part of the rules in this life. You know.
Yeah. Um.
That was it.
So
I mean,
actually,
that was the skeleton key that it caused everything to unravel.
yeah, it's funny that that literally was my next on my next observation was like the whole tone of the movie completely changed after they killed Billy Bats.
Yep.
Like
Because
everything flipped. It
at
wasn't
that
just
point
like
they were
cool
chasing the
gangsters doing
shadow.
funny shit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
And yeah, nothing after that matters because it's
yeah.
just
Like you're done. It's
you're
over.
done. It's
You
just a
signed your
matter of
death warrant.
time for words get back from Italy or wherever them niggas at.
Yeah. It's so I actually was reading up on this. So the guy they killed, Billy Bats, I don't think that was his real name, but for the movie, whatever. He actually was a part of the Gambino crime family. So which is like obviously you really fucked up when you do that. And there's actually speculation that it was Gotti himself that took him out, that took out Tommy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they ever find Tommy's body? Do you know?
Yeah, I read that too. They never even found his remains. So
Yeah.
they actually said so the movie actually cleaned up his death way they made his death cleaner than it actually was.
Yeah.
They say that he actually survived or was surviving the gunshot and he had actually been tortured beforehand and they had to like further beat him to kill him pretty much.
Yeah.
Also, Tommy in real life was not like they casted Joe Pesci for the role because well obviously he's cool with De Niro and
Right.
Scorsese, but because he's like small and funny and likable, he's not a villain in the audience eyes. But the real Tommy was like a big ass. He was fucking huge. He was a big
Yeah.
dude. So he just was a big dude, just smoking dudes left and right for no reason.
Well, I mean, it is. I did notice that when so the camera tried to play tricks to make Joe Pesci look bigger, but in the
Yeah,
restaurant when he bullies the dude over the $7,000 tab, he stands up and I was like, that is a little nigga.
he is a little man.
I was like, who is afraid of this little ass nigga, man? Yeah, that's true. That is very true.
um. Oh, you. So I didn't know this. So the I'm funny how I amuse you. That actually happened to Joe Pesci in real life. He was like he used to he when he was a teenager he worked in a restaurant and he said like you're funny to a mobster because he just thought the guy was funny and that's pretty much what happened to him. So they
Yeah.
put that in the movie.
I mean, someone you don't know just says, "Hey, you're funny." Fuck you mean by that? Like what that's supposed to be? I don't know. Like what you don't like you're a funny guy. I mean, I don't know. I could see without proper context feeling a way about that statement. Would I pop off? No, I don't pop
No,
off over anything. Like I'm at the point in my life where I don't pop off unless there's a direct threat to my safety or someone I care about safety. But I
right.
could definitely understand where one could feel like that's a little shady.
Yeah.
off the bat, especially if I don't know you. You just
Yeah, you can't joke with people you don't know.
also just like, well, who you talking? Like, what, do we, like what that's supposed to mean? We got the same girl number in our phone. What is we talking about here? What's the real conversation you trying to have? Because I feel like we're not talking about these jokes. Uh, that's why you see the this is way off topic, but the AJ Brown, what's the court? Jalen Hurts, little
Jalen Hurts.
yeah beef.
Um, do I know? Wait, did you figure out what it was
Did
about,
you
or
see
just
what? Did
like
you see their beef? I don't know what it was about, but I can.
were they arguing about the?
They had a personal fallout that's like
Yeah,
onto the field. 9 times out of 10, that's a woman. Somebody,
yeah,
that's like niggas don't fall out
fight for no
over.
reason.
It's either a woman or money when niggas
Yeah,
fall out. We not finna fall out because you forgot my birthday. Don't get. We don't. That's not. We might be a bit myth, but falling out. That's not. Men don't do
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Falling out, a woman or money. 9 times out of 10.
yeah.
Anyway, you can get back on topic. But
Um,
what'd you have?
what did I have? Let me see. Oh, so remember when they found out that they were going to build condominiums where they had buried Billy Bats?
Yeah, they had to go back.
You couldn't pay me to dig that body back up and move it somewhere
Well, I
else.
mean,
Ain't no way in hell.
if you were staring down the barrel of prison, you would. But nah, I know someone who worked in a morgue who said that even like this, it's just a smell you never forget. Like,
Yeah.
even after you do all the things you need to do so the body doesn't stink at the funeral, like you still
Hmm.
get it in a like a depending on how the person died or whatever, you can get some
Hmm.
in some pretty some decomposed states, and he's just like, I can't even describe it to you. It's worse
Yeah.
than the worst. So
Yeah, my uncle,
I mean, he's like the way that he was like vomiting, it will literally make you vomit. Like
yeah,
a
I believe
truly
it.
decomposing, rotting flesh
Yeah,
that you're
bro. And
digging up out of the
it's been
ground.
3 months.
Yeah, like that smell will make you gag and vomit.
And it was probably summertime when they killed him.
Oh
Yeah, nah,
yeah.
it's gross. Yeah. It's funny. So yeah, so my uncle actually was in law enforcement, and he went and one point was doing like private security in like Afghanistan or whatever, and they would see some wild shit over there. And he said even when he was just was an officer, they would most cops actually carry around like Sharpies
Yeah.
in case they were just like some foul shit, so they can kind of like not have to smell it as much, so they'll just waft it in front of their nose or like put it like draw on their hand and just kind of like do that or whatever to not throw up pretty much.
Yeah, I believe it. Because I've heard everyone I know who smelled it was like, it's literally the worst shit you could ever smell.
Yeah, I believe it.
Did you notice the movie getting progressively more violent as they got like as the descent into madness? Because like
Yeah,
there's like
because the first 45 minutes is almost like like a rom-com a little bit. It's
yeah, I
like,
mean boy meets girl, and I mean they're doing illegal stuff, but it's like
hey,
whatever. There's some
I'm gonna
fights,
pay you off for
but
these cigarettes, cops.
guy gets shot in
Yeah.
front of the bakery or the pizza parlor. Okay,
Hmm.
they hem up his mailman. Okay, but like by the end, they're stabbing niggas and shooting niggas.
Shooting
And
niggas
he stabbed my boy in the back of the neck. They
with a
hung a dude up in a
screwdriver.
meat locker.
Yeah, I feel like
I was
Carbone
like,
didn't have to go out like that.
no,
Like they didn't have
I
to
was like,
kill
what the
Car.
fuck he do?
He didn't do nothing. He didn't snitch. He didn't run his mouth.
He hit my
Like,
boy with a hit the one black dude with a sniper in his bed in his
oh yeah,
drawers.
Samuel L. Yeah, they
Yeah,
smoked Sam
was that
L.
Sam L?
Yeah,
No shit.
yeah.
I'll be damned. I did not know that. I didn't know he was in this
Um,
movie.
it's funny. Like, so, okay, so yeah, it's funny you said that because so one of my favorite lines in the movie is when
Was.
Joe Pesci kills Spider, and
Yeah.
he's like, "What do you want me to say? I'm a good shot." And then the guy goes, "How could you miss it this distance?"
Yeah. Yeah, the callousness with which he treated it just didn't matter to him
It
that
was
this
insane.
person um that was Sam L. I'll be damned. I did not know
Yeah,
that.
it's probably because he had hair you didn't recognize.
I mean, it's 50 years or
Oh well, yeah.
1990
Well,
was been 34 years ago.
yeah.
Which means it was filmed 35 years ago.
True.
Um,
Um, I also think that Maury. I'm not saying he deserved to die, but I understand them killing him because he was
yeah.
running his mouth way too much. Like
Yeah.
he never shut the fuck up.
I
He was
mean, even
begging for
Sam
money though.
L's character had to die. What, you went and got some pussy in the middle of the run, like of the drug run? You
And
got
then you the reason we could get caught.
yeah,
Like,
your
yeah, you gotta
fingerprints all over the place because you had to stop and get laid. Like, come on, man.
yeah.
You gotta think a little bit You gotta think. You gotta be a bit more strategic than that. You can pull up on old girl once the job is
Hmm.
done. You know,
Yeah,
she'll
man. They
still be there.
a lot of them were stupid. Even
They were petty criminals.
the dude that
Like,
brought the pink car, the dude that brought his wife the fur coat.
yeah,
Y'all were dumb as hell. Y'all wanted to get caught.
they were. You ever watch The Wire?
I haven't finished it yet.
Okay, so where are you at? Season two, season three, season four?
Season one.
Okay, well, never mind. You wouldn't get it then. Um, so season two, there's a hard pivot to the white drug trade and the white shoremen, and the
Gotcha.
same police officers are working both. And one of the
Hmm.
police officers are like, these white boys are so reckless. He was like, when we were chasing the Avon crew, he was like,
Hmm.
they, we had to decipher codes and drop mics. These white dudes, I'm undercover. I call them up. I'm like, hey, you got the drugs? He's like, yeah, I got this. Meet me here. And it's like they don't use code, they don't use slang. They just like it's too easy, man. It's like
That's
hunting
crazy.
with machine guns. Like it's not. We need to make this a little harder. So it makes sense. It
That's
checks out that they were that sloppy because
yeah.
they just didn't think
They
this
would
is
get
the
caught.
60s, no less. So the police were in black
As
neighborhoods.
yeah,
So they were
true.
like, we don't even have to worry about it until you
Yeah.
do.
And at that point, because they were doing interstate crimes, also
Yeah.
the
Feds.
police forces weren't at that point in time weren't working with each other or were
Correct.
contacting each other,
Well, the time
which
they
is why
caught that
like
bid was in Florida with the feds, because old girl,
yeah,
an FBI
was
agent,
it
and the feds
it
are
was his sister.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a whole different
Um,
thing.
correct. And that's why even like I watch a lot of true crime stuff. Like that's why like Ted Bundy was able to do what he was doing because the other states cops weren't communicating with each
They
other.
can't talk. Well, the
Yeah,
whole mythology of a serial killer is born out of the fact that people don't want to admit to police incompetence. Like a lot of these serial
right.
killers were not that smart. The
Nah.
police were just so incompetent. Like
And if you're killing
also,
victims that people don't care about,
I
you
mean, and
know,
to be fair to the police, like this is before cell phones, this is before DNA, this is before ring
CCTV.
cameras, and so I mean, if you didn't catch the criminal in the act, you probably never were going to catch him because
Yeah.
there was no DNA database. If a motherfucker just drove 3 blocks down the road and showered, what we
And
gonna do?
yeah,
Like,
right.
like, like there's
Wasn't
nothing.
me.
Yeah, like they didn't have. You couldn't trace the footprint of the shoe to the make and
Right.
model of the da 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 like you can now. It's not the same.
Yeah, that's true
Unless
too.
you caught him in the act, you probably were never gonna catch him. Or unless it was
Correct.
like a husband murdering his wife or something. Or sorry, I went mute for a second, or for
Oh,
something. So
yeah,
other than that, you weren't
that's
gonna catch
true.
him.
Um, I also think this might have been like the most loaded cast of all time.
It's up there. I didn't even Sam Jackson's in it. And I didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
So, you got Paul Sorvino in like bit roles, basically.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got Scorsese, which at the time, I mean, still to this day, but he had his resume,
Yeah.
and
De Niro was already a legend at that point.
I mean, Ray Liotta was a rookie of the year. He was a fresh off the
Yeah, he
block.
was really young, yeah.
Uh, I did have here Casino. I just did you like Casino?
I've actually never seen it in full.
I did. I think this was the movie after Goodfellas, and it feels a
Hmm.
little bit like he went to the well one too many times because he got De
Got you.
Niro, he got Pesci.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing in Vegas, but it's more about
Hmm.
I just wasn't feeling it. And it's long. But I
Yeah.
haven't seen it in a decade, so
Yeah, I
maybe
might
it's a
have to
little
check that
different.
out at some point soon.
Um,
Um, oh, so you know what's crazy? So, Pacino was offered the role of Jimmy, but he turned it down because he didn't want to get typecasted.
Jimmy
That's
was De
crazy.
Niro.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
I mean, did Pacino avoid getting typecasted? Because I feel like he still got typecasted.
I'm
Um,
pretty sure he did still get typecasted.
I've never seen Heat. I hear that's a
Yeah, I
iconic
know
movie.
enough about the movie, but I've actually never seen it. I've been meaning to check that out, so I'll probably watch that this weekend or something like that.
Nah, I mean Pacino has never been my favorite actor, so
Yeah,
I
he's a
don't
bit
really,
overactory. Yeah,
I don't know. Like his magnum opus would be Scarface, and I think Scarface is not a good movie.
I think his magnum opus is Godfather Part Two.
Shit. Yeah, I'm tripping. Never mind. I rescind that. I saw Godfather 2 for the first time this year, so yeah, 100%. I rescind that statement. Godfather 2 is his magnum opus. I do think they kind of bait and switched you on De Niro and Godfather too. He's in that movie for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
They really could have. I don't know why that was there, but no, you're right, 100%.
Yeah. Um, it's funny. So you actually asked me the first one of the questions I wrote was when you asked me. I was going to ask you, what did you think Henry's biggest mistake was?
I mean, the obvious answer is selling dope.
Yeah.
I think that just attracts attention. That's the kind of one you're getting into, sort of like, for lack of a better word, black crime.
Hmm.
And like again, the police in, you know, bumfuck New Jersey are gonna ignore you to running protection rackets and, you know,
Yeah.
stealing meat lockers and things like that. They're not gonna
Hmm.
ignore you selling dope. And
Nah.
when Sonny was like, they give you 20 years for talking about this stuff, he knew what he was talking about. This is just a
Yeah, he was
different
right.
level of law enforcement scrutiny, a different level of punishment. And I know why he did it. The money was just so much greater. I mean, I
Yeah.
think he fresh out the joint. He had a deal for 12 bands in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Um, so I get why he did it. He needed to get up and get fast because he was down for so many years.
Yeah.
But no, I think his choice in women was not great, but
No.
whom amongst us hasn't? So
Fair.
I'm not in a
Yeah.
place to throw that stone. But I think the selling of the dope represented a point of no return. It introduced an addictive substance to his life.
Hmm.
Two, it greatly exposed his liability as far as criminal, you know, time exposure, da da
Right.
da da, law enforcement scrutiny, and it was it. I mean, there's a reason why all the smart people in the movie were like, "Don't fuck with this," and all the dumb people were like, "Let's do this."
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
So I don't think I can sum it up any better than that.
Yeah, that makes sense. How bad of a whack job or setup job do you think it was when Jimmy tried to kill Karen? Remember he was like, I got some dresses for you in the alley.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
That was the
yeah.
worst setup I've ever seen in my life. In broad
Yeah,
daylight.
yeah. That I mean, everyone was just the run was over.
Yeah.
It's just it's like those little baby clips where you're like, man, I can see it in I can see the desperation in your
In
eyes.
your
The run is
eyes.
over, man. The run
Time to
is
go home and be
over.
a family man.
It's time, man. It's time to get your CDLs or your
You
real
gotta get
estate
your,
license.
yeah,
Like,
man. Going
time to
to
get your real estate license.
yeah, going to apply for one of them call center jobs.
Yeah, man. It's over, man. Like the life of crime ain't for you no more.
Nah, for sure. Do you have any more questions for me? I got one last one.
No, I didn't. I emptied the notebook.
Okay. My last question is, you kind of actually answered a little bit, but what's your opinion on the co-op of mafia culture in the US or like in pop culture in general?
I think I think it illustrates how every culture in a way lionizes from like its underworld and its criminality.
Hmm.
And I don't have a problem with the way Italians and white people do that. What I have a problem with is how black people get labeled bad for liking gangster movies or liking The Wire or liking
Right.
Power or whatever show. And they're like, y'all only want to see black people down. Y'all glorify black criminal culture. And I'm like, they make a mafia movie every 6 business days, and no one ever says white people glorify crime.
Right.
And so there's a fascination with it because it's fascinating. And I don't think
Hmm.
anyone should have to apologize for that. I don't think white people or Italian people should have to apologize for that. But I also think that it's bullshit when they try to make us apologize for it. So
Correct.
um,
I agree.
I think most people are not criminals. Most people are not going to watch a movie and become a criminal. But criminals are
Right.
interesting. They're unusual.
Yeah.
You
They're
know,
rare.
if it bleeds, it leads. Violence is compelling. And like people like to watch it. And I don't have to apologize for it. I like The Wire. I like gangster shit. I like street movies. I like those kind of movies, and I ain't moving to nobody's block, and that's fine. I don't have to apologize for it.
Right.
So that's my opinion on it.
Yeah, it's interesting to me how they dressed it up, no pun intended, like just because they were in suits
Yeah,
that makes
I
them
mean,
better.
Bumpy Johnson wore suits.
Right.
Like it's like they wore suits because everyone wore suits in the '60s. Like
Yeah, well, that's
that's
true.
one of the things
Yeah.
watching Mad Men, and it's like Don Draper on a Sunday afternoon at his kid's birthday party will like go and get some khakis and a button-up shirt. And I'm like, fuck that. Ah man, it's Sunday afternoon. You at your kid's birthday party with a tie on? What are you?
Right.
What in the world? I mean, but
Yeah.
everyone was like, you would literally pull up for Sunday dinner at Big Mama's house with a three-piece suit on. I'm like, I don't wear a suit unless somebody died or getting married. Those are the two scenarios where I'm putting on a suit, man.
Or a job interview. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
That's it. If I'm being paid or someone died or is getting married, those are the three
Yeah.
scenarios with which I will wear a suit. When I used to have to do that. If you're gonna pay me to wear a
Right.
suit, I'll wear a suit. But no, I'm not doing it just because I'm like pulling up to you
Right.
come over eat and you can pull up in slacks and a collared shirt. Not doing that. Anyways, so no.
That's crazy. What else was I about to say? Yeah, it's funny you brought up Bumba Johnson because didn't he? Because I remember correctly, didn't Frank Lucas basically study the Gambino crime family?
I believe so. Yeah, I don't quote me on
If
that, but
memory
I believe so.
serves. Yeah, so I thought that was interesting too. Yeah, even like Jay-Z, like pretty much like cosplays as like
Yeah,
as a mafia member, like in
he
in
wrote the
his
soundtrack to
earliest
that
albums
damn
and shit.
movie. American
Yeah,
Gangster was the soundtrack, right?
yeah,
So no, I mean it's interesting because it is Jay-Z's first album. He does the whole "fuck you, pay me." Now we
right,
got to talk to Jay-Z. Fuck you, pay me. Da 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 to Jay-Z. Fuck you, pay me. I forget what song it is, but it's Unreasonable Doubt, and I knew
yeah,
about that song before I knew about Goodfellas.
same, yeah.
So
Even on Two Words by Kanye on College Dropout, I live by two words: "Fuck you, pay me."
yeah, like that's again it crossed cultures because it's Black The Wire. So or White The Wire. So
Yeah,
what
the
do you rate
cable.
it?
I'd give it 5 stars easy.
5 stars. Yeah. It's
One of the best movies ever.
if I'm making around Mount Rushmore movies, that one goes up there first, and I'll sort the other three out later. Like that one. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's number one, but it's on that Mount
Yeah, I'm about
Rushmore,
to say
and
it's not my number one.
then we can argue about the other three, but that one's up there. I just think
Yeah,
it's just I don't like saying things like they don't make them like that anymore because it's the greatest film. Like it's like when people say, none of these new musicians are like Stevie Wonder, and it's like, well, none of them were before Stevie Wonder either. Like they made one of
right.
him. Like you can't
Yeah,
really compare these kids to Stevie Wonder. That's not fair.
right.
They may suck,
Yeah,
but no one was Stevie Wonder. So I don't think
right.
this is one of the greatest films, one of the greatest pieces of art in American history.
Yeah,
So 5 out of 5. If I could give it 10 out of 5, I would. So
yeah.
I've never stumbled across it and not watched it. So greatest
Yeah.
movie,
It's what
one of the
I
greatest
think
movies I've ever seen.
the best thing about the movie for me is that it's the best of the best at their best. Like
Yeah.
everyone's in their peak, everyone's in their prime. It ain't like, oh, so some person got carried,
Yeah,
everybody
but it's not
did their
like
thing.
Jack Nicklaus in The Departed, where everyone brings it and he's just like, man,
Weird for no reason.
you're mailing this. I mean, he's just washed. I love The Departed, but he's
Me
a
too. It's one of my favorite movies.
glaring,
That's one
it's
of my
like a
favorite
giant
movies.
pimple on a 10 out of 10's face. Like he's just awful in that
Yeah, he's just doing weird
movie.
shit for no reason.
He's just awful. And he has a lot of lines and he's in it prominently and he's just not
Mhm.
good.
I feel like he was trying to do Joe Pesci in this movie. Like
I
I feel
feel
like he
like
was
they should
trying
have
to
fired him and been like, "Hey, Jack,
do.
this isn't working out. I'm Martin Scorsese, so I have the one person that has the clout to fire you. We need to
Right.
get someone else in here." It just it I think The Departed gets knocked down a rung because Jack Nicholas is so bad in it.
Interesting.
I think it's a great. I think it's not mentioned amongst the all-time classics.
It's really nice. It's so slept on.
And I just think that's because Jack was really awful, and he's like the third lead after Matt and Leo.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can't count Martin Sheen. I don't think so.
Well, I'd throw Mark Wahlberg in there as maybe the third lead. Or you could. You could.
I mean, yeah, third. I mean, the nigga was in a lot of scenes.
Yeah, he was in a
Like
lot of scenes. He
he
was
was
in a
in
lot
a
of
lot of
scenes.
scenes, and
He
he
also just isn't
interacted with
believable
the
as
two
an
leads.
Irish gangster. He's just not believable as an Irish gangster
No,
to me. Like,
and also he was the point man for the two co-leads because I think Leo and Matt Damon were co-leads in the movie,
yeah,
and so
correct.
he's the point man. So he's interacting with them a lot, and it's just a giant eyesore. He's awful. Like it's just like, oh my God, can I just Put someone else in this role and just have them talk. And that's it. I don't need him to even act. I just need this. I
Yeah,
don't need it to be good. I just need it to
he could
not
have
be
thrown De
awful.
Niro. He could have thrown De Niro or Pacino in
I'd
there,
have
and it
fired
wouldn't
him
have been.
after like the second day on set. I'd be like, this is not work. You're fucking up. I could have another Goodfellas here if you would just not be. If you were
No,
just okay.
because keep it a buck. If I think if Jack had done a better job, I think The Departed would be up there with Goodfellas.
It's a
Maybe
phenomenal
better,
film.
because honestly, to me at least, the plot of The Departed is better than the plot of Goodfellas.
Well, it's just, yeah. I mean, it's more intriguing. There's more twists and turns.
Yeah,
There's more that can go wrong in it. I think the whole Leo fucking his wife because she's his therapist was a bit too on the nose. But other than that,
yeah.
yeah, I just think Jack Nicholas was an anchor that they just couldn't shake. But 5 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, 5 out of 5 for me for sure. I might actually watch it again in a few days just because I just love that movie so much. Yeah, that movie's cold. Everybody was fucking phenomenal. Joe Pesci was the star of the movie, of course. Well, for me, I also love that one thing about the movie that I mean, we talk about it, we quote the lines, but like to have a movie that violent also be that funny
Yeah.
and it not be like campy or like
Yeah, I mean,
overreaching is
it's
very, very
just so,
difficult.
so there's a scene when he's thumbing through his suits, Henry
Yeah.
Hill, and he's 1 foot out the door, and his old lady is like, I need some money. So he's like, here, da 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 da. And then
Yeah.
she goes to suck his dick, and he's like, all right, I got a minute. And we've all been there. Like, it was just like, that's funny. It's like, they don't need me for these next 15 minutes. I could be a little late for that meeting. I work remote, so I've been there where I'm like, that 8 o'clock can be 8:15. It's not that deep. Like, I actually do have a minute. I
You
don't have
know
1 foot
what?
out the door.
Being late is okay.
It's fine. I'm in charge of the meeting anyway. It doesn't really start till I get there. I'm presenting. It's fine. Everyone there is junior to me in this meeting.
Yeah.
So I'm the lead of the meeting.
My,
I've organized it.
one of
Computer
the
issues. That's why God made
right,
Wi-Fi
yeah, yeah,
problems.
tech issues. I had to reboot. Um, I think one of my favorite comedic scenes in the movie was after they kill Sam Jackson, and he's like, "What are you doing? Take the coffee to
Yeah.
go." And so he's
It's
grabbed the
like,
thing, and he's like, "It was a
I
fucking
literally,
joke.
nigga,
It's a fucking
like
joke." Or even like
also
they're
sloppy, no gloves, hands,
just
fingerprints
sloppy
all
as
over the
hell.
coffee
Why,
machine.
right? Why are you going to use a silencer but not gloves? That's just stupid.
It's fucking retarded.
Um,
I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
like what?
This
I
is, I mean,
think
they had fingerprint technology back then. So
yeah, they did. I think another scene that was funny to me, or I don't even know if it's supposed to be funny. If I ever meet Martin Scorsese, I will definitely ask him this question. The scene where they do the montage of everybody that they kill when Jimmy crashed out after
yeah.
the heist, the piano in the background just makes me laugh because it's not a somber score, but then you got like the slow motion bodies come falling out
Yeah.
the dump truck. It's like this is supposed to be funny, right? Because I
Yeah.
always laugh whenever I see that scene.
I didn't laugh, but I definitely thought it was it was presented like these were unfortunate accidents instead of cold-blooded murders. And it's like, why is
Right.
the tone of this like these dudes all like died of cancer? Like it was they were they were brutally murdered to cover up a drug heist. Like I don't like this isn't like by the person, by the protagonist. Like it's not
Yeah.
or by, you know what I mean, but like by
Yeah, yeah,
people
yeah.
that we've grown to care and about in
Yeah.
the movie. You're making it sound like these are just incidental things.
Yeah, like, oh, I just fell into a dump truck and
Just got locked into this meat locker.
yeah, just got locked into a meat locker on a hooker on a
Uh,
hook, whatever.
yeah.
Also one thing I did find out, which was interesting or made a lot more sense, was um, so Paulie actually had a hand in them smoking Tommy, because he had to give the okay to
Yeah.
the Gambino family
I mean, Paulie
and
wanted Tommy gone because Tommy was
a crash out.
the crash out and he was
Yeah,
selling dope and he actually liked Henry enough to save him, but he knew he'd never
yeah,
save him if Tommy was around.
yep. And so there's an interview with Henry Hill where he said, um, basically at one point, Paulie basically was just like, I just never liked having him around.
If you like
Like
what
he
you
just
hear,
never really
leave us a
fucked
five
with
star
No
review.
trouble
If you
when
would
you
like
see
to
Tom.
reach out to us, you could do it at Moviegoers Pod, same name across all platforms. If you'd like to email us, you can email us at moviegoerspod@gmail.com. The inbox is monitored. You will receive a reply. And if nothing else, we will see you guys next week.